Today we're going to try something a little different. We're going to actually use the PowerPoint for our normal lessons. Now the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to go to a flipped classroom, so I'm going to start teaching on video and then we're going to do the homework in class. So we're going to do lesson 7 today, which is write, read, and relate base 10 numbers in all forms. So this is like a practice of expanded form. This is a practice of unit form. This is a practice of standard form. And this is a practice of all the forms together. So let's go ahead and look at the first one. The first one says write in standard form. So we have a number here. I'm going to go ahead and let you think about what this number is, and then I will read it. This number is 226. So we have 200. I heard the words 200. I heard the word 20. And I heard the word 6. So if we combine all those together, we get 226. Now, what's the next one? 803. So I heard 800 and I heard 3. 803. Now this one's a little weird. It's 5 hundreds plus 56 ones. It's 5 hundreds plus 56 ones. So I heard a 500 and a 56 ones. So what's interesting about this one is it lumped the tens and the ones in the form of ones. So this 56, the 5 is the tens, the 6 is the ones. So we have 556. Now this one's kind of like expanded form, and what might make it easier for us is if we go ahead and put it in the right order. So our order that we'd want to go is biggest number to lowest number. So what is the biggest number? 60, 800, or 3? 800. And what is the middle number? 60. And what is the lowest number? 3. So we have an expanded form, but we need to make it in a standard form. So 863. All right, very good. And if you need a little extra practice with it, just rewind and listen to what I was saying, and then you'll understand it before you know it. Write 342 in word form. So we didn't go over word form in our previous video, but what word form is where we write out the number. So as you notice here, where we have 226, we're going to write that in word form. So, but we're going to use 342. So what's the first thing that you hear in 342? The first thing I hear is 300. And then what's the next thing you hear? 342. So the next thing you hear is 40. And then 2. We're only missing one thing, and that's a dash between 40 and 2. Notice right here there is not an and. And is reserved for decimals, which we won't even get to this year. So don't say and. It's something that happens a lot. Even Mr. Cannon says it a couple times, but he tries his best not to because it doesn't belong. Place value. All right. So if we remember place value, what is the big square worth? 100. What is the rectangle worth, the skinny rectangle? 10. What is the little square worth? 1. So 157. We need a 100ths block. And how many tens blocks? We need 5 tens blocks. Notice I made them look a little skinnier just because it's easier to write. And then how many ones blocks do we need? We need 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 157. Now, that was written in what form? Standard, expanded, unit, or word? It was written in standard form. Now, what is the next one written as? We have 100. This one's actually kind of easy. We have 100, 5 tens, and 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would you look at that? They equal the same exact thing. So we can call this number 1. We can call this number 2. Now, let's look at number 3. So we have a 100. We have a 50, which means we need 5 tens. And we have a 7, which means we need 7 ones. Now let's look at the last one. This one's a little different than the first one. Look at it, it's out of order. We should probably put it in order of biggest to smallest. So what is the biggest number in these 3? The 100. What is the middle number? The 50. And what is the final number? The smallest. The 7. And would you look at that? It's the same exact thing as this one. So what I'm going to do is, save a little time, is I'm going to copy and paste. Because it's the same thing. It was just written out of order. Now, let's identify what each of these are. So this one, and this one are all written in word form. What is this one written as? Unit form. And what is this one written as? Unit form as well. So just for fun, let's go ahead and turn these word form problems into numbers. So I'm going to erase this. If you need it, just go back. 465. I hear 400. I hear 60. And I hear 5. Combine them together. Take it out of expanded form. We get 465. 217. I hear 200. And I hear 17. Now this is an expanded form because expanded form would be 200 plus 10 plus 7. But we can combine these together and get 217. 901. I hear 900 and I hear 1. and that gives us 901. All right, I'm erasing my unit forms so we can look at the next ones. 2 tens, 7 hundreds, and 3 ones. We have, first of all, we have an out of order problem. We should have the 700s first since they're the biggest. Then the 2 tens. Then the 3 ones. And that gives us 7 hundreds, 2 tens, and 3 ones. And now this one we have 13 tens and 2 ones. Well, 13 tens would equal 130, and then 2 ones would be 2. So that gives us 132. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to match part 1. So if some people are just watching for the concept, here's where you can end the video. But if you want to look at the examples, then keep on watching. Ignore this little weird line. So A is 234, B is 374, C is 7 hundreds, 6 tens, 3 ones, D is 204, and E is 402. So I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to look at these problems and try to solve them. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at these. So I see C is kind of the easiest one for me to look at. 7 hundreds, 6 tens, and 3 ones. So I know that is 763 because it even says it right there. So I'm going to put my first one right there. Now, let's look at the next one that we can see that might be a little easy. Okay. Well, the rest of them are in word form, so I see 204 here. So let's look at down here. So I see a 204. So I'm going to put my arrow there. Now, what is interesting is I notice now that these ones actually do not all match up. I'm not sure what's wrong with that, but I'm going to get rid of these and we're just going to solve them together. So let's go ahead and erase this and let's erase this. So we have 234 for the first one. B is 374. C was that 763. D is 204, which we put as well. And then E is 402. All right. So now I'm going to leave this one up, and what I want you to do is go ahead and try to figure this one out yourself, and then bring it to class and show me your answer. All right, good luck. And as we're speaking, the Dodgers won the World Series. If you're a Dodger fan, this is awesome. If not, then you gotta suck it up. All right, you guys have a good day, as always.